I am happy to welcome Denise Rocco-Zilber and Art Rogers to the KWMR airwaves in our ongoing discussions about things that are happening around Western Weekend. And there's a new thing happening this year around Western Weekend. Denise, you want to just tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. In typical sort of crazy last minute fashion, we have put together a very beautiful, large agricultural photography exhibit. There was a lot of people involved that had been talking about pulling this together. And we have Art Rogers, obviously, his incredible work that is started in the 1970s and to present. And we have MB Boissevain's work, who was the first farm advisor from the 1920s. So that was on loan to us from UC Davis. David Lewis provided that UC extension.
Wow. So where is this going to be, Denise?
So we have obtained it used to be the Russell Chatham Gallery, and also where Captain Oko shop was that recently left. So in between Gallery Grow and Cafe Ray's, it will be up for the month of June, starting June 6th. And we will have it open on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays from 12 to 4. And then we will have an opening on Saturday night of Western Weekend at around 4 o'clock on Saturday the 7th.
Wow, that is so cool. You did it.
We did it, right, Art?
All right. So
Denise,
Art,
Denise
tell us
did it.
about some of the work of yours that's going to be in there. I know you have just an immense body of work that you've done since the 70s out here in West Marin.
Okay, well, I've got several agricultural shows. I don't quite have all the choices yet of what I'm going to show because there's so much. But there's going to probably be about maybe 50 or 60 images that go back almost 50 years. Actually, more than that. I think the first photograph that I really made for this was actually a job I had for Foremost Milk to go photograph cows. And I came up here because I had a friend that lived here. So that's how I got connected here. And that was in the late 60s. But I moved up in the early 70s. I think it was 71. I don't remember. It's too long ago. Given all that, I was working with Elizabeth Whitney, who was at the Light then when Mike Hagan owned it, who had bought it from Don DeWolf. And I had opened up my studio in the Western. I just wanted it as a private studio. And Elizabeth convinced me to come and help and work at the Light. And they'd give me an ad, and she said she would buy the first portrait. That's how it started. We were on the way out to photograph the last human operator of the lighthouse. And lo and behold, right at the threshold of the Spalletta Ranch is a cow crossing. Stopped the car, hopped out, made several photos of it. It was the last cow in, and Jim Spalletta told me later that that was the cow that he bred his whole herd with, and she was getting old and had since died, and was usually the first one in and brought them all in. So that was my first experience, and ever since then, the ag people here have been, what's the word, compadres. They always trusted me, and I trusted them, and we've had a great relationship for all these years.
That is cool. So the exhibit, in addition to your photos, are that you were mentioning, Denise, that's on loan from the UC extension. That was at Toby's many years ago, right?
It was.
Yeah.
It was back in 2013, I believe, was the show, and then it went to, I think it showed at the fair, and then has been in storage. So David Lewis is bringing it out for us. We're making a selection from this large exhibit, and we'll have the text panels, everything. It's just an unbelievable body of work that should be seen again, because he not only was the farm advisor, he also wrote an article every week in the newspaper. He was on the local radio station doing an ag report. He brought together all the kids to start a 4-H club out here. He was just an amazing person, and I think it's a great exhibit to come out and see.
So the gallery is going to be in what is currently has the sign for the Russell Chatham Gallery. It was Captain Oko. And the hours again, Denise, for when folks can see this work?
Absolutely. So it'll open on June 6th. We'll have it ready. It will be open from noon to 4 on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays through the month of June. And again, our opening reception, come by, grab a glass of wine, see the phenomenal show before you go to the barn dance over at the Dance Palace. That'll be on Saturday, June 7th at 4.
That is so awesome. And this is all tied in with celebrating West Marin's rural roots, which is the theme of Western Weekend. And wow, Art, I'm super excited to see your work and see the other photos as well. And thank you for being part of this.
Thank you too.